what's up? It's Karen San Diego, and I am now officially 6 months post-op. So as always, I'm going to give you a step-by-step rundown of what has changed for me this month, and then stay tuned to the end of this video so you can see what I weigh now at 6 months post-op. But before we get into today's updates, I just want to tell you a little bit about the sponsor of today's video, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for anyone who loves learning and wants to explore their creativity and learn new skills. Skillshare is a great way to invest in yourself and your personal growth. Have a specific skill you're trying to learn? Skillshare can be the perfect place to start. From learning how to create and edit your own YouTube videos to literally things like how to create your own clothing and more. You can find classes that will match your goals and interests. I have been loving the beginner video editing with Final Cut Pro class made by creator Ali Abdal. This class does an amazing job of teaching you how to edit using Final Cut Pro, which is what I'm using to edit this video. This class does a great job of breaking it down for beginners, and since I just upgraded from iMovie to Final Cut Pro, I definitely put myself in that beginner category. So if you're interested in using Skillshare to learn a new skill, go ahead and click the link in my description box. The first 1,000 people to click that link and sign up will get 1 month free of Skillshare. And without further ado, let's get right on to the updates. All right, first on the list of updates I have for this month is one that I think actually belonged in last month's video, but I honestly just forgot about it, and that is neck discoloration. So I do have a birthmark on my neck right here, but on the rest of my neck, I used to have really dark marks around my neck. If you go back, burps. If you go back and watch my earlier videos, you might be able to see it. On my neck, it was all the way around. It was really dark, and it was something that caused me a lot of insecurities. I had that on my neck, I want to say since like middle school, and I honestly used to think it was just like dirt. Like I would try to wash it off, it wouldn't come off. It would make me really insecure when I was younger. I can even remember a time when I was in middle school and some girls were walking behind me and took a paper towel and wiped it to try to prove that my neck was dirty. Obviously trying to be bullies, and it was something that they did and thought was funny, but it actually really like messed me up to the point where after that I would just wear hoodies all the time so that you would never see my neck. And then as I got older, and actually not even until recently, I actually found out that the dark neck was a sign of being pre-diabetic. I didn't find that out until when did I get that? So when I was pregnant, I had gestational diabetes, and my doctor had looked at my neck and was like, I see that you have dark marks on your neck. Has anybody ever told you were pre-diabetic before? And I'm like, no, what does that have to do with anything? And she explained to me that having that darker neck is usually a sign of pre-diabetes. And for me, I was pre-diabetic. I didn't know that at the time, but I am pre-diabetic, or was, because once I get my blood test done, I'll find out if I still am pre-diabetic. But my dark neck was definitely a sign of that. So I'm assuming the fact that my neck discoloration is clearing up, or for the most part has cleared up, that means that I might not be pre-diabetic anymore. So I'm really excited to get my blood drawn and find out where I stand with that, because don't nobody want no diabetes. The next thing on my list might be TMI, but the next thing on my list is that I now can look down and have a very clear view of my hoo-ha. And if you have never been big, you might be like, Karen, what? Like, why is that a thing that you decided to put on your list? But it's a thing. So for me, once I got heavier, I literally couldn't see her at all. Like I would look down and I would see belly. Similarly to how it is when you're pregnant and you have to like get help. My belly was so big that I literally would look down and could not see it. So I would have to like stand in a mirror to be able to see it. But now I look down and I'm like, hey girl. So I definitely think that's a non-scale victory. Maybe it's too much information, but look, this video is too much. This next thing is also going to be TMI, and I don't know what to tell you, but I want to keep it real. I want to let you know what to realistically expect. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you because I have no boundaries. So the next thing is every single time I do number 2, every single time I poop, what am I saying number 2? I'm not a child. Every time I poop, I've noticed that every single time after I poop, I'll get a hemorrhoid. And it's very uncomfortable. If you've never got one, I pray for you and I hope that you never get one. But it's really just like your butthole swells up. And it's very, very painful. I'm not exactly sure why it happens, but for me, it's every single time I use the bathroom. Every time I poop, to be specific. And I did some research on this and I heard that it could be because lack of fiber. So I've been trying to increase my fiber to try to get that to slow down. Hasn't worked yet, but I haven't been trying for very long in fiber's defense. But yeah, it's every single time to the point where like I'm not constipated anymore. So now I will go more regularly than I was before. Like realistically, you should be doing that every single day. I still only do that maybe like twice a week, but then twice a week I also get a hemorrhoid. So it's like I've been fighting to be able to use the bathroom more regularly, but now I'm scared to use the bathroom regularly because then I'm gonna get a hemorrhoid. So I'm hoping that as I continue to increase the fiber, I'm drinking Benefiber and trying to add in more foods that have a little bit of fiber. So I'm hoping as that, like, you know, sets in a little bit more that will be resolved. But as of right now, send help. To make things more calm, my next update is not too much information. It's not personal. And that's just that I'm noticing that I need to learn how to slow down when I eat. I get really confident because I know how much I'm able to eat and everything, but sometimes I eat too fast. And when I eat too fast, I'm noticing that I don't realize that I'm full until I'm already too full, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not by any means overeating. I always portion out my food. If I order food outside, I never, and I highly recommend this, if I order food outside, I never eat directly from the food container. Like, literally not ever. Like, for example, if you go to the Chinese food store and you get like chicken and broccoli and it comes in the container, never eat out of that. Always portion out your food to exactly how much you're supposed to eat and then eat from that plate. So I always do that. So I never put on my plate more than I should eat. But sometimes, you know, your restriction varies. So sometimes I can eat 4 ounces of food. Sometimes my stomach only wants 3 ounces, sometimes less, sometimes more, regardless. But sometimes even with me having the smaller portion on my plates, I'll eat really, really quickly because I'm in a rush or whatever, or the food's really good or I'm really hungry. And then by the time I finish chewing and swallowing my food, my stomach didn't get a chance to process it yet. So I'm full and now I'm in pain. Whereas if I eat slower, I'll give my stomach time to digest the food, and then I'll get a more accurate idea of when I'm full so I could stop eating. Versus when I'm eating, sometimes the food is still up here. Like, it didn't even make its way down yet. And by the time it does, it's backed up. And then what's gonna happen is either I'm gonna wanna throw up or I'm just gonna be in a lot of pain. Either way, 10 out of 10 don't recommend. So definitely chew your food, take your time, scroll on Instagram, do something else while you eat so you're not just like eating really quickly, which is what I do sometimes. So Instagram or like watching TV or something has been a great way to be able to slow myself down. I'll stop and scroll for a little bit, and then that way I'm able to tell when I'm full and I can avoid the pain, because 10 out of 10 don't recommend. All right, so this next tip is one that I get asked about a lot because I know a lot of people are really concerned about this, and that's hair loss. So I think I mentioned hair loss in every single update because as I've gone through this journey, it's been different every single month. So for the most part, I think I experienced most of my hair loss in like maybe month 4, 3 to 4, I think is when my hair was shedding. Like, I'm talking like, and it wasn't when I combed my hair, it was always when I washed my hair for some reason. But every time I washed my hair, there'd be clumps of hair coming out in the bathroom. But that literally lasted for like a month. Now when I wash my hair, maybe a little bit falls out, but I think it's mostly just like dead hair that was accumulated. Not anything significant. However, what I do notice is that my edges are thinning in a way that is dramatic to me, and it causes me a lot of insecurity. Actually, right now, if you look at my edges, I filled them in. I learned this hack on TikTok. TikTok be putting me on, okay? But on TikTok, I learned that I could fill in my edges with mascara. So that's what I did. Now that I said that, you're probably like, now I can see it, but I filled it in with mascara just so that it's not so noticeable. And that has really helped me feel a lot more confident when I pull my hair back. Because if it's one thing about me, I'm gonna pull my hair back. And I know that not having such tension hairstyles can help reduce the amount of shedding you have in your edges. But I have really naturally curly hair. My hair gets really, really frizzy, so it's just not sustainable for me to wear my hair out all the time. I have had my hair out for the past 2 weeks. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should, you would know that I straightened my hair. My hair has been out, and I've been enjoying that, and I think it's helped with my edges. But for the most part, my hair is usually like this. I actually stopped doing my tight buns that I always did, and instead have been using a claw clip just to have a little bit less restriction. But yeah, this next one, I feel like you're gonna be like, but Karen, you literally just did that like 2 minutes ago. But honestly, that was the first time in a really long time, and that's the burping. So the burping, if you watch my videos, you know that I'm constantly burping, and it's really frustrating. But honestly, for like the past few weeks, I have not been doing that. Like, it hasn't been as frequent as it used to be. I did just do it in the beginning of this video, but it's something that has slowed down. I'm not exactly sure why it slowed down, but I'm thankful that it slowed down, because it wasn't hurtful or anything. It didn't hurt, but it was definitely annoying to constantly be burping when I speak. So although I did burp in the beginning of this video, it has not been something that has been as dramatic as it used to be, if that makes sense. Yeah. And also this month, well, technically this hasn't really happened. Well, it happened, but I can't report to you what size I am exactly. But this month, my size large clothes and my size 12 jeans and pants have started to get loose. So I'm pretty sure that I wear a 10 now. And I'm gonna burp, really burp. Like, for that to happen right after I just said I don't burp anymore is crazy. But yeah, I bought a few medium shirts that have fit. And I haven't bought any size 10 pants or jeans yet, but I'm actually going shopping this weekend. And I'm gonna do a try on haul next week from that shopping trip that I'm doing this weekend. So we'll see if I'm fitting a size 10 jean now, but I think I am, because literally all of my soft size 12s are loose, especially in the waist. Because I'm also noticing that a lot of my weight is coming off in my waist specifically. Not complaining. So that has caused a lot of my size 12 pants, my bottoms, to be loose. So I think I might be a 10. The smallest jean size I remember ever being was like an 8. So yeah, I think your girl might be a size 10 now. Remember when I started, I was at 18. Honestly, I was actually like a 20, but at that point I had stopped buying new clothes and I refused to buy a 20. I didn't buy anything in a size 20. I refused to buy a size 20 because I didn't want to be a 20. So I just kept buying 18s and squeezing into them, or just wearing leggings and big sweaters so I didn't have to buy up jeans in a size 20. But now to go all the way down from there to a size 10 feels so good. And on that positive note, let's go on ahead and weigh in. Let's see what I weigh now. All right, so as you can see, I now weigh 190 pounds, 190.00, like exactly 190 pounds. And if you watched my 5 months update, you know that at 5 months post-op, I was 197 pounds. So in this month, I've only lost 7 pounds, which sounds bad, I think. But honestly, I'm really happy with that. And let me tell you why. So the reason I'm happy with that is that my goal weight is like somewhere between 170 and 160 pounds, and to be at 190 now, I'm not that far away from my actual goal weight. And I've seen what I look like at that weight, so I really genuinely don't really want to go under that weight. Obviously, if I do, I'm okay with that, but ideally, I feel like I look the best and I feel the happiest around 160 pounds, between 170 and 160. Now, I'm only 6 months post-op, which means that I have 6 more months to go before I am at 1 year post-op. And I know that within a year, I can easily get from 190 to 160. But what I don't want to do is end up too small. And I think with losing 7 pounds this month, if I continue to lose weight at that rate, which is slower, but okay, then I'll be able to be around my goal weight and not be at a weight that is too small to where it makes me uncomfortable. Also, I've noticed that I think because I do lose weight a little bit smaller than some other people do, my skin does look pretty good. I do not have an excessive amount of loose skin anywhere on my body. My arms are really, really flabby. I've showed you them before. I have on a big sweater. I don't even know why I'm trying to show you. I'll show you like this. My arms are really, really flabby. But if you even look at my arm skin, there's no loose skin there. Like, that's all just like, there's fat in there still. Even though it's really, really jiggly, there's still fat in there. There's not skin. Like, I can't, like, can you see it? Like, the skin, I don't know how to explain myself, but the skin is still pretty solid. My stomach has a little bit of loose skin. Nothing dramatic. My inner thighs have a little bit of loose skin. My boobs have a little bit, but nowhere on my body is it like dramatic. And I think that the pace in which I lose weight is definitely helping with that. I know that when I get to my goal weight, I'm definitely gonna have loose skin, but I think losing weight at a slower pace is definitely good for skin elasticity. Like, that's actually just a fact. Losing weight at a slower pace is good for skin elasticity. So I'm not mad at it. And then also, like I said, this is gonna help me get to my goal weight at an appropriate time for me. So yeah, I'm really happy with the 7 pounds I lost this month. I'm 190.00, which means like any day now I'll be in the 180s, which is amazing. I honestly didn't even expect to get to this point at 6 months post-op. Like, I thought it would take a lot longer to be in the 180s. And honestly, where I'm at right now in my journey, I'm pretty comfortable in my skin. Comfortable in my skin. Cozy with who I am. I love myself, goddamn, cozy. But I'm pretty cozy in my skin right now at this weight, so I'm good. If I keep losing weight at this pace, which is about 7 pounds a month for the next 6 months, then at my 1 year post-op mark, I would be 142 pounds, which is under my goal weight. But I think at 142 pounds, that would be okay still. So yeah, I'm comfortable with it. So yeah, I'm super happy with my weight loss at this point. If you're around the same place I'm at, which means like you got your 6 months post-op or in that vicinity, I'm curious to know how you've been losing. Let me know in the comments what your starting weight was, what your current weight was, if you've been losing fast, you've been losing slow, or even if you're not 6 months post-op and you want to share your stats right now, go ahead and share them in the comments. And if you are getting the surgery, what's your goal weight? What are you trying to do? What are your goals for this surgery? I'm actually planning on doing another Q&A from when I reach 10K subscribers here on YouTube. I'm really close. I'm almost at like 9,500. I think I'm at 9,400 something. So I only have like a little over 500 subscribers left to get in order to get to that 10K milestone. So once I get to 10K, I will be doing that Q&A video. So there's going to be a Google form in the description box where I'm going to start gathering some questions that you guys may have. There is absolutely no question that is off limits. Any question you have, feel free to ask it in that form. Obviously, if it's like disrespectful, I'm not going to answer it. But even if it's really personal, I'll be answering any question that I can answer on YouTube without getting demonetized. So yeah, that is my 6 month post-op update. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video.
Where in the world is Karen San Diego? From BK to Belly, it's anywhere she say so. She changing your life, can see it straight through her eyes. And sister